Oh, I like that. Look at this. Oh, oh, apparently we've got an issue with Facebook Live. Oh, we do apologise. We're trying to sort that out for you right now. Oh, I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully we can get that sorted for you. So again here, a little bit of water on my brush. Oh, that's a nice green. And just using the glaze to paint with. I'm just going to pull out that colour there. So I'm not, you know, if I had a bit more time, I would obviously sort of build up the colours a little bit more. Let this dry and really build them up. Maybe go with a couple of the different greens. But, you know, with one pot, you can achieve lots of shading and lots of colour. Now, one thing about the glaze is I did say you can stamp with it as well. You can go directly to your stamps with it, but it does dry very quickly. Do make sure that you put your stamps in water, soapy water, as quickly as you can. This is where the scrubbers come in really, really well, because if you want to use them to aid cleaning, they work very well indeed. Just going to bring in a little bit more of that green there, just sort of go over the top a little bit to give that a darker area there. They do go on beautifully, and as this dries, you'll see the shimmer coming through more and more. The scrubbers are on the screen, I believe, are they? Yes, they are. £13.99 for two. Keep one for your stamps, one for your stencils maybe, or maybe you've got your workshop or you know, your craft on the go. Keep one in your toolbox or your trolley or whatever you craft with, and make sure you use it, because it is well worth looking after those stamps, and of course your stencils as well. Okay, so I'm not going to spend any more time on that now, because I just wanted to show you how you can sort of build up the colours. There we are. So if you wanted to go for three colours, you've got your pink, your purple and your fern green there. Right, we'll just put that to one side. So that's one of the stamps there. But let's see what else we can do with the glaze. I did promise you, didn't I, that we would do some stenciling. So I'm actually going to go with, I've got a piece of card here. I haven't used one of them yet, so I'm going to use this one. Oh no, I need to cut another piece of card because that's not big enough. They are 6x6 stencils. If you wanted to, of course, cut your cardstock a little bit bigger and allow for trimming. Let's just cut this down. Obviously at home, if you wanted to use some stencil tape to hold everything down, you could do. I'm choosing this one simply because I haven't used it yet. This is where I need help with the colours, you see. I was hoping that Facebook Live was working and I was going to get some suggestions, so I'm about to call on the gallery. With the glazes in the gallery, if we could have Lottie choose one, please. Daffodil yellow. Hannah? A green for you. We've got fern green, we've got leaf green. So daffodil yellow, leaf green, or fern green. Or you could go with that kind of turquoisey, that one. Right, okay. Oh, I need another colour. I'd better ask Flo, hadn't I? Which one's that one, Alex?
Peony pink.
Peony pink. Right, okay, beautiful. Right, okay, so let's have a little bit of a play with this. So there we've got the yellow. There we are. There we go. Right, now I'm going to use my spatula. Do you know, I love this because we are going to see these blend beautifully. I'm tempted just to change my stencils, not because I don't like this one, but I just think, oh, shall I? I was trying to use one I've not used just so you could see them all, but I just love the effect of the other one. I'm going to go for this one again. Okay, we might use that in a little while. Let's go for this one. That's been, you see I need my scrubber on there. Look, I've got some little bits of paint. I had a little bit of a dry bit of glaze or something there. It was just in the way, it was annoying me. Right, okay, into the middle of the mat there so you can hopefully see. What colour shall we start with? It doesn't really matter, but we'll go with, let's go with the yellow because that was the first choice. So let's start in the corner here. And oh, it spreads so beautifully. You can always take some off. Now, the only thing I would say about this is when you're using your spatula, whether it's a metal one or a plastic one as I've got, do kind of keep it nicely flat to the stencil itself. Try not to go in different directions. Keep it going in one direction because you have got a lot of fine detail in here. You can always scrape off any excess. I'm not going to worry too much about odd little gap here and there, but if you start kind of going in different directions and you feel you want to do that, that's when you're more likely to catch those fine bits of detail. So I'm going to stop with the yellow for a second, and then we'll go with Hannah's choice, which was, oh, I'm trying not to get contamination in too much there, she says, as she gets a splodge of yellow. This is a beautiful colour, actually. This is one of my favourites. So I'm going over the top to a point of the yellow, but also separately. And where I'm scraping off, I'm not worrying that I'm mixing those colours, because this is all going to blend beautifully. So I'm bringing a little bit of the yellow in there as well. Let's have a little bit more. What colour did we say this one was? This is really lovely. Is this the Ocean Poppy? Ocean Poppy. So again there, I'm just bringing a little bit of that yellow over. You will not appreciate the full effect of this until you see the reveal. Now I'm hoping I'm not going to move this. Obviously, as I say, you can use your stencil tape if you've got some at home. Let's just get those little gaps there. I'm even going to go back in just on little areas there, just to pull that colour together. Okay, so now we're going to go with Alex's colour, which was Peony Pink. And let's go with a blend again here. So on the open spaces, but also I'm going over the green to a point as well. And I'm going to bring in a little bit more of the yellow just to finish this off, so we've got a little bit of balance as well. And remember, you can use this on your fabrics as well. If you've got a t-shirt, the only thing I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to test this when I get home. I'm not sure about washing. I've got a feeling that you will be able to wash this at a low temperature, but to play it safe, I would test a bit on your different fabrics. It is supposed to be permanent, so just test it on your fabrics. But I think stenciling through your t-shirts and things like that would look absolutely wonderful. Right, let's go with that yellow again now. I'm just very carefully going to try and pick this up and just turn it around, because it makes it a bit easier for me. And I'm not cleaning off my spatula, I'm just working with what's there. Oh, you could do a whole rainbow effect with this, couldn't you? Love it. So just take your time. And if you did have an empty pot, any excess that you've got, you could just scrape off and put in a little pot, but it needs to be airtight. So now any little gaps I've got, I'm just going to go over. I don't mind what colour is on my spatula. I'm just going to work it in. Do you know, I'm thinking now, I'm having a little bit more pink down there. And we're having a little bit more of the Ocean Poppy. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Right, okay, let's have a look at this then. This is the best bit. Let me just get the corner. I've broken my thumbnail and it hurts. I can't peel things away properly. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Oh, that is amazing. I'm going to pop that straight into some soapy water. That just shows the quality of that stencil. Now wait until you see the shimmer on this as well. And this isn't dry. The more it dries, the more that shine is going to come through. Isn't that just beautiful? How about that for a background? And of course, if you're going onto white card or a different colour card, you're going to get a completely different look, because it's the black that's showing through that detail there. I don't think I've seen a stencil with such fine detail and such a crisp finish, and that is partly down to the stencil, but also partly down to the glaze as well. I love that. Let's put that to dry. I don't know that it'll be dry by the end of the hour, but it looks beautiful. I'm going to definitely use those as backgrounds for my cards. Let's have a bit of a recap as well. Oh, I need to put my lids on there. Right, oh, no, I'll do it here because I need to put my lids on. There we are. So let's have a look at the paper glaze. You've got Black Pansy. You've got Golden Rose. You've got Brown. Oh, I want to use that one. Might go with that. Brown Dahlia, like that. We've got Daffodil Yellow, we just used that one, of course, in demonstration. Peony Pink, we also used that one there as well. Succulent Green, that's very nice. Ah, is that the one we used? It is. Succulent Green, that was Hannah's choice. Agapanthus Purple. We've got Cornflower Blue, Leaf Green, and Fern Green. That's got that gold hint to it. We've got Marigold Orange. That's the Ocean Poppy, because it's more blue, isn't it? And Snowdrop White. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's have a reminder of our stamps, though, of course, as well. Don't forget about those inks as well. They work beautifully. Right, the stamps. This is just so different. I've never seen anything like this before. Let's have a look at a few more sentiments on here. What else have we got? Our quiet place is calling. Oh, let's unplug together. I'm not telling you what Janice said earlier. You are my island. Look, you've even got the little boardwalk there as well, look, on the island. That's really nice. Great for your scrapbooking. Perhaps if you've got a photograph and then you want to build a nice little image around it and use those words, it would work beautifully. Again, I think for your planners, I mean, we're all into these planners at the moment, aren't we? So use your stamps as well that way. £17.99 for that one. 10 individual stamps, 345508. Then the tulips. Now, I've just stamped that image out. It is beautiful. Can I just grab, actually, the one that I've just stamped out, just as a reminder? I'll bring in the one that I've painted. It's not trimmed down or anything, but just so you can see the detail. And this is painted with the paper glaze. I'm just going to give it a bit of a tilt because that pearlescent sheen's starting to come through beautifully now. Lovely, isn't it? Gorgeous. £17.99. I do adore that. The fact that it works into a corner is wonderful. 257783. Very uplifting sentiments in there. If you take the time to read those, if you have a look at the details on the website and read them all, I just think they're perfect. Item number 257783. Then the swallowtail butterfly. This is such a stunning stamp. Now, just a reminder here, this is a big stamp. If you use it in its entirety, it is made to look as though it's kind of disappearing off the page. But the inside section there, that first layer that I've stamped on, is 5.5 inches square. So you can appreciate the size of that stamp. If you like the sentiment there as well, that's coming up. So the swallowtail butterfly, do you know, that on fabric would look lovely as well, wouldn't it? If you've got the right ink to stamp on your fabric, you could colour with the paper glaze and do all those different effects. That would look lovely on a t-shirt or a bag. 594968 is the item number. Then we have the peony. I love this set, actually. I don't think we're going to have time to do this, or maybe we will, we'll see. This is the peony, but you can build the bouquet up because you've got those different flower heads, you've got the buds in there as well, you've got the stalks, you've got the leaves. So really, really lovely set. Absolutely gorgeous. £17.99 is the price. Item number 286271. Lots of detail again. Do you know, if you just want to stamp and emboss those, they're going to look gorgeous. But adding that little bit of colour again, you've got all those options. Now, when it comes to the sentiments, we've got lots of wonderful ones for you. There's 5 different sets here, but you've actually got 7 individual stamps there. You've got Happy Day, Just Because I Love You. But again, if you wanted to mask off, you could do. Fabulously Perfect. You've got Thank You there. A Paper Hug for You, and Broken Crayons Still Colour. That is so true, isn't it? They do, don't they? Just because they're broken doesn't mean you can't colour with them. 881080. Do you know, if you've got wax crayons that are broken, you can melt them down and do all sorts of clever things with them, you know. Do have a look online. Just thought I'd throw that in there. £17.99 is the price for this one as well. Everything tonight below £20. 881080. Now, the stencils, you've just seen me using one of them. You do get all 3 of these. They are absolutely gorgeous. I like all of these designs, actually. I ought to use that one with the frame because it's the only one I've not used today. £17.99 for the full set. Item number 349427. And the details are there. Fancy Fireburst, Floral Damask or Fleur de Lis. Lovely, aren't they? Oh, Karen's up next. She really, truly is one of my favourite ever stamps. I think I'm just going to have to stamp her out tonight. She's lovely. And you do get the die to go with her as well. £16.99 for Karen. Once again, if you want to just stamp her, you can. If you want to colour her in, you can do. If you want to do a very fancy background, keep it simple, just do splatters. She's definitely great for a planner. Do you know, I am going to stamp her out. I'm going to let Lottie have her for her planner because she's got some lovely planners, Lottie, and I think she's fallen in love with Karen as well. 768442 is the item number. I also like Lorraine. I think she's very thoughtful, isn't she? But again, it's the sentiments, it's the words in this. You've got very crafty sort of elements in here as well, about glitter and, you know, lovely little things that you might say. So if you've got crafty friends, but not all about craft. Things like you are fabulously perfect in every way. That's not about craft, is it? But watercolour is a gift from the gods. You've got there as well the ones about glitter. Little glitter is always a good choice. Only a crafty friend would approve. That is very true. We had this conversation, myself and John Lockwood, earlier on. 216653 is the item number. You're getting the stamp set and the die as well. And again, that is just a lovely, lovely set to work with, whether you want to use the sentiments on their own or in conjunction with the image as well. Let's have a look again at a few other items. Now the ink pads, very, very busy. If you are looking for a hybrid ink pad, I can really recommend these. What I adore about this is the fact that you've got that larger ink pad. You've also got two of the small ones, which are very, very useful indeed. All for £9.99. So remember, you can use these with your watercolours, you can use these with your embossing powders, you can use these with your alcohol pens as well. Now we've also got some 7-day savers for you. John next door, oh, he's had a busy day, hasn't he? He's gone home now, but he's still got some products to talk about. Here they are, these are lovely. You've got 3 for 2 here, you're saving £7.49. That's what the price would be individually, so you are getting 3 just for the price of 2. These are really lovely as well, 209-742. Then we have some jelly bean card for you. This is the stripes and spots in the blue and the pink, 300 GSM. These are great, these are lovely. Great for your base cards as well with the weight. 80 sheets in total, just £13.99, 201-225. And then perhaps you're making your gift boxes or you want to stick some glitter down. You want your red liner tape. Look at this, 20 reels, 3mm wide, all for £9.99. Amazing value once again, 570093. Right now then, we've got a little bit of an update about something. What's happening with Facebook? Jackie wants to know, how do you pick 3? Oh, let's see if we can help Jackie a little bit. Now, you saw the colours we've just used, didn't you? We used the daffodil yellow, we used peony pink, and we used succulent green. So, if I just bring in what I've just done there, that's obviously you're going to get a different effect every single time, but that's what you can achieve with a blend of those 3 colours. Now, let me see if I can remember the other colours that we've got. These I did earlier, we had agapanthus purple, peony pink was in the middle, and I'll tell you what that was. It looks orangey, but it was actually the gold, is it gold rose they call it? Yes, golden rose. The state of my hands. I've got to go and pick my daughter up after this. She'll think, where has she been all day? What's she been doing? Yeah, she doesn't know where about. Oh, she's watching. Leanne, are you ready? I don't want to be hanging around when I get there, you know. It's a long journey back. Oh, we're going to get in about 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh. Anyway, there we are. Yeah, she's coming for a stay. She's coming for a visit. Lovely colours there. Lovely blend. You're going to get a different effect every single time. So that gold is a really nice one to go for because whatever you blend it with, it gives a completely different effect. This one here on the fabric, and I'm going to scrunch this up again just to prove a point. This is how flexible. Look how tight. Oh, there. Look how tightly I've scrunched that up. Let's get in close. You can see there's no cracking. It's not flaking off. That's onto a piece of cotton roll. Lovely. That would be, denim jacket. I still haven't done mine. I've got so many plans. This is daffodil yellow. That was ocean poppy. I do remember that was ocean poppy. And that was the marigold as well, used in that one. So if you like those colours, Jackie, I don't know if that's helped. You're probably even more confused, aren't you? Oh. Now, if you're spending over £60, you can open a flexi basket. Could you get them all? Could you get them all for that? You could, and spread the cost. Who knows? Maybe you can afford to do that, Jackie? I have absolutely no idea. But it would be wonderful if you could. You could have so many different blends then. Can we do Karen? I just want to do Karen. I'm going to do this for Lottie. Right, let me I'm going to bring in some Super Smooth. This is Super Smooth cardstock from Pink Frog. I am going to die cut it, so it doesn't really matter where I stamp actually, but obviously I don't want to waste card. Now this is why I like those little ink pads as well, because if you want to do small areas or a smaller stamp, these are great as well. I mean, my big one would work for this, but it's just nice to show you both. Again, the detail in these. I will say, when it comes to polymer stamps, these are really nicely etched. You know, sometimes when if you squash too hard or press down too hard with your platform, they can spread a little bit and squash a little bit. These are really nicely deeply etched, and I've not ever found that issue. So let's just go down. And of course with the platform, if you do sort of not press quite firmly enough and you need to go back in, you can do. Oh, I just love Karen. That's actually the first time she's been used, this stamp, and because she's new, as we've said many, many times, the more you use your stamps, the better they print. So I am just going to go back in again. I'm a bit greedy now because I've got 2 of Karen now. I had her on the show a while ago and they brought her back and they've given me a new one, so I've brought the new one in. Look at that, I just love her. I think she's fabulous, I really, really do. Now, because I'm using that hybrid ink again, I'm just going to get my heat gun and just make sure that's properly dry, because I have brought my alcohol markers, which I've got to say I don't use very often because I just don't get a chance, so it's quite nice to bring them in. Now, you could, of course, use your embossing powder if you wanted to. But I'm not going to colour all of Karen. I'm going to leave that for Lottie to do. But I just want to show you with the inks again that... Oh, I've forgotten how to get the lid off this now. It's that long since I've used it. Do you recognise this? It's a Deflecto. How do I open this? There we are. This is one of those that sort of all comes out. I've got my Graph Masters in here. Let's just go for some colours that work closely together. Just move over there a little bit. Right, so I'm just going to go with number 26. Don't think that means much to anybody. But just to show you that when I colour, if I was to go over the lines, there's no bleed with the ink. So if you are looking for an ink pad to work with your alcohol markers and your watercolour, of course, this is a great option. There's no bleeding whatsoever there. I can even go right into her glasses there. I'm going to give Lottie this to finish colouring and she can have this. I might just put some rosy cheeks on her first. I like to do rosy cheeks. Do you know, I'm no colourist, but I like to have a play with the alcohol pens. I'm going to have to colour it all for Lottie because she won't have the pens, will she? I'm just going to go with the next colour and give her a little bit of colour under her hairline there. And maybe a little bit where her glasses are. Remember, with alcohol pens, they will dry a different colour, and I will go over the top with the pale colour afterwards as well. Just go. It looks a bit odd because I'm not doing a neck. Okay, and then I'm going to go with the next one, which is, these work very well together. Just going to come in, this might be a bit scary to start with. She's having a little bit of blusher on. She's going very neutral, very nude on her lips as well, so let's colour those in. Then what I would do is go over the top with the palest one and just, you know, I'm going to go to the other end now just for quickness because I want to go back to those glazes. I want to play with them. So is Facebook working now then? Does Catherine come as a stencil? She needs some tuition. Oh, isn't she beautiful, Karen? I love her. I absolutely love her. And as that settles, that will all those inks will just sort of blend together beautifully. Right, okay, let me put those away. So that's Karen. Of course, you do get the die to cut her out as well, which is fabulous. I want to go home and play now. Right, the glaze. What else can we do with the glaze? We've done the stencil. Shall we do another stencil? Shall we do it on the fabric again? Let's do the one that I promised that I haven't used yet. Oh, shall I go on to black or white cast or fabric? What does everybody want? Fabric. Okay. I've only got the green. It'll have to be the same colour. How long have we got left, by the way? Oh, we've got a little bit of time, haven't we? So I'm just going to roughly cut this out. Because obviously, being fabric, I can trim this down and actually stitch it afterwards. I could make a little pouch to keep my ink in or something. I don't know. Right, okay. So, colour-wise, what we're going with this time? Have we got any suggestions on Facebook? Or is it coming from the gallery again? Let's not go for the 3 we used last time. Let's go for something completely different. Do you know, if Jackie had an idea which one she thought she wanted to see if she likes them, do you know what I'm going to do? Can I choose then? Shall we go Snowdrop White? Let's go with Golden Rose. And do you know, I'm going to... Oh, no, there's 4 I wanted to use. Do I go with... Right, this is the only one you can choose. Brown Dahlia or Black Pansy. Brown. Okay, right. Oh, they're going to start arguing now. Oh, I wish you could have just seen this. Alex, our floor manager, just stood in a box. It wasn't just a little box, it was a big, enormous box, and he was just walking across the studio and somehow didn't see it and actually stood in it. That was really funny. Right, okay. I'm going to do this on fabric. I might do it on the black card as well. So let's go with, I'm going to go with the white first. So it doesn't matter if I go over the edge of the stencil because I can trim this down. I'm going to blend everything. No plan here. No plan. Oh, that was so funny. It might not sound funny, you stepped into a box, but you need to see the box and you need to see what happened. Okay, so let's go with a little bit of white. Let's have a little bit of white over this side as well. These are so, so creamy. They spread beautifully. And then we'll have a little bit of white. I'm trying to put all my white on now, so I'm not dipping my spatula back into the pot and contaminating. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's just go with a little bit more there. Okay, so no plan. Just, as Kay says, slap it on. There we are. Right, so let's go with, we'll go with the gold next, I think. If you are worried about contaminating, do of course clean your tools off. Let's pick a bit of the gold up. Let's go in on this corner first. And then, you know, some areas you will see the gold coming through, some areas it's going to blend more with the white. Oh, Jackie's replied. What does she want to see? She wants to see purple. Okay. Well, if we can get this done, we'll go onto the card and we'll do the purple for her. Has she got any other choices, Lottie, along with the purple? Just going to turn that around a little bit. Let us know, Jackie, if you've got more choices. The purple with the gold would look lovely, wouldn't it? You're going to get different blends depending on the colours you use. So I'm just going to go in a little bit more with the gold. I'm going a little bit heavier with the gold simply because depending on the colour I'm working with it, you'll get different effects. Okay, so that's the gold. Let's put the lid on before I spill anything. And then we've got the brown dahlia. Let me just clean off the spatula. Ooh, I've been down to try this one. I think this is going to look really nice actually. It's a beautiful, and remember as these dry, the shimmer is really going to come through further. And there, oh, let's just blend a little bit more of that gold. Any little gaps, as I said, you could have a plan, you could plan this out, but I honestly love the effect of just doing the reveal and not knowing what to expect and seeing the difference there. Now the white is interesting because I don't actually know quite how this is going to look. I think it's going to look really nice, but with the white, it's an unusual one because you are going to get those different effects. For instance, in the corner there, you're going to get a very different effect to this area and this area. So, do I need to sort of top up anywhere? We're just going to go with it. I think that's about it. Let's have a look. Obviously, any extra that you can scrape off and you can save, do so. But obviously, for speed, I'm just going to kind of leave that as it. Oh, there's a bit there. I'll have to go with brown because it's the only colour I've got on the spatula now. Right, okay, are we ready? Are we ready? What do we think to this? Get ready. Ooh, I like the white in that. Look at that. Obviously, as I said, I've gone around the edge of the stencil there, but that's cut out and isn't that lovely? That is beautiful. Now, that would make a lovely panel for a cushion. I like those three colours together, and the more they dry as well, the more the shimmer's going to come through. That's a really pretty stencil as well, isn't it? Isn't that gorgeous? Right, what does Jackie want? Let's do another one. Purple. I'm going to use the other stencil this time then. Let's just pop that to one side. Purple. What? Anything else? Anything else? Let's go with the... Oh, we did peony pink last time. Oh, the white would look good. I know we just used it, but with the purple, I think that would look good. Any more suggestions? Hannah, what about you? Ocean blue. We did have a suggestion from the floor, but I think we're ignoring that one. No, I'm only joking. It was a good suggestion. It was red, actually. So do we go ocean blue or do we go red? We haven't got red, have we? There isn't a red. We can't go red. We're not going red. Ocean blue. Well, have we got any? It's ocean poppy or we've got cornflower blue. Which one, Han? Should we go cornflower? Because we used ocean poppy, didn't we, before? What else did we say? White and the purple. Where's the purple gone? There it is. Oh, dear. I knew there was a reason I was going to ignore that. They're going to look really nice. Right, okay, so 3 different colours. Let's go with another blend. I'm going to start with the white again, simply because, in case I do contaminate. Oh, the white onto the black cardstock is going to look absolutely amazing. I'm just going to sort of pull that in and not keep, I don't want a straight line, even though I can blend that beautifully. I don't want that straight line. I just think we'll get a nicer blend. Let's just go with a little bit more here. I'm putting quite a lot of white on this one actually, so I want to see the different colours come through. The gold would look lovely on the black card, wouldn't it, as well? Might have to put a 4th colour on this, you know. That means you're going to have to buy more than 3 though, doesn't it? I'm trying to keep it fair. Right, let's go with, you can go for more than 3, that's entirely up to you, but I'm just thinking, I'm not helping Jackie, am I, if she can only afford the 3. You can open that flexi basket up, don't forget that. You see, we could have gone with the blue and the peony pink and we would have got those purple shades, wouldn't we? That's the thought, you see. Maybe go with your primaries. What about that, Jackie? Do your blends. Go for a blue, a yellow and the red that we don't have. There is a marigold orange and there is a... What's the other one called? Is that the marigold? Yeah, it is the marigold orange. That's probably the reddish one. Let's just go with a little bit of blue. I've not left much room for purple, but that's fine because I want to see what blends we get. Okay, right. We'll leave that one there. Let me just wipe off. Right, here we go with the purple now. So I'm going to start. It doesn't matter if you start on the edge or the middle. Let's see, I'm blending the white and the blue together there, so we're going to get a really lovely sort of soft lilac-y colour into the darker purple. I can see that's going to come through stronger. Let's go with the purple there. Isn't it nice just to play? Really, oh, I'm really mixing that. This is going to be pretty. Jackie, these are good colours. Jackie, if you like your purples and your blues, I think these are going to be great colours. I think this blend is going to look wonderful. Just add a little bit more purple there. Just there. Let's get those little bits there. Just spend a bit of time, just sort of make it. These are so detailed. You see, the more I'm picking up and blending back on, the more I'm changing that colour as well. So if you want that, that's great. If you don't, just add a little bit more of the glaze of the colour that you want and blend that in and work that in. Right, we're almost ready for the reveal. Let's just get into little bits there. Now you're probably thinking, you started off with lots of white there, but there's very little of it left. Ah, but it's all blended in. It will show. It will show. In fact, if you do want to go back in afterwards, you can. You can. I'm just thinking down. Let's. It won't be pure white because I've got the other colours there, but you can sort of bring that shimmer through of the white and lighten it down again. Okay, are we ready for this? Oh, I've got to use that nail that hurts again. Right, Jackie, you watching? Ta-ta-ta-ta. Oh, I love it. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I need to hold that to the camera. They are nice colours together. And the more this dries, the more that shimmer's going to come through. How long have we got left? About 2.5. I'm just going to get the heat gun on that and just dry that off a little bit. I would normally let this dry totally on its own, but I just want to see that come through a little bit more. Let's have a recap of the colours in case Jackie's still choosing. Black Pansy we have. With Golden Rose, those two together would look amazing. Brown Dahlia, we used that on the fabric, didn't we? Daffodil Yellow. Peony Pink. Beautiful. Succulent Green, that's in there for you. Agapanthus Purple. Cornflower Blue. And Leaf Green. We've got Fern Green, that's the one with the gold shimmer, stunning. Marigold Orange. Ocean Poppy. and then Snowdrop White, which of course I've just used. Now I'm just going to turn that up a little bit, just give it a final blast. It's not completely dry, but I think it might just bring the shimmer through a little bit more for you to see the effect. Let's have a look. Oh, I do love those colours. They're my sort of colours. Let me just tilt that back. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? I just love all the colours on the black card. Do you know, because I know we haven't got much time left. We know what colours we use there. Let me just give you a reminder. This one, same set of stencils, that was the Agapanthus Purple, the Pink Peony, and that was the gold, but because it's mixed with the pink, it's bringing through that warm, sort of corally, peachy colour. This one here was Daffodil Yellow. That was the, oh, I've forgotten the name now, that was the Ocean Poppy, I think, that one. And that was the peony again. I've used the peony a lot, actually. The Pink Peony, which mixed with the green has given a sort of purpley hue. Very quickly, while we've got a chance as well, let me just show you these. So we've got Marigold. That was Marigold, Daffodil is in there, and the one in the middle was that Ocean Poppy? I think that was Ocean Poppy. Or it could have been Succulent Green. And finally, you saw this hour, the Dahlia, Brown Dahlia, the white and the golden rose there as well, on fabric, and that's still drying. Do you know, I really enjoyed that, just to have a play. It was a lovely hour. I've got a holiday now. Yes, I've got a few days off now. So I'll see you soon. Prima, one day special coming up next with Janice and Anthony, and then it's JNC Designs, and then back with Prima a little bit later on. Keep an eye out on Facebook.
Now, it's really good to have your company and to let you know that there have been a few little changes here at Hochanda. For a short while, we weren't able to ship over to America, so that meant that you were missing out on all of those wonderful goodies that we're able to bring to you here at Hochanda. Well, good news, we have resumed those orders coming to you overseas. COVID-19 meant that we couldn't fly them out to you, but of course that has changed. But something I do need to let you know is that sadly we've had to increase that post and packing per item. So it's gone up to $12.95, unfortunately. But good news, Freedom membership has remained the same at $19.99. What that means is you can place an order as often as you like during that calendar month. You could even place an order every single day, and there's no minimum and no maximum to those orders either. So it gives you the opportunity to take advantage of all those fabulous deals, those wonderful opportunities that we bring you here at Hochanda, now shipping again to you out in America. So take advantage of that. Make sure you become a Freedom member though. Take advantage of that saving.
Hi, I'm Leslie from Chocolate Baroque, and we design and manufacture our own rubber stamps right here in the northeast of England. We have a wonderful in-house designer called Sue, who hand draws all the images which we then transfer into rubber stamps. We have very, very elaborate designs. We have everything from steampunk right through to beautiful florals, and then we have scenic and we have words. Our stamps are beautifully elaborate, very, very detailed, exquisitely etched, and the quality is next to none. So good that if you look after your stamps, we guarantee them for a lifetime. Whether it's stamping, mixed media, or art journaling, join us at Hochanda for our journey into everything creative and messy, and see what you can create with our stamps.
Hi, my name is Blanche Siegmann. I'm the owner of the company La Blanche. The company La Blanche is a crafting company located in Germany. For over 20 years I'm designing and selling stamps, paper crafting products and home decoration. As a passionate crafter myself, I make sure all our products are of highest quality and easy to use. We produce a whole range of products. We produce paper products. We have also shrink sleeves for your jars, glasses. We have home decoration products, paints and wall decals. Everything, the whole range of crafting we produce for you. I hope you enjoy watching us at Hochanda and crafting with La Blanche.
I'm Sam and we are from Be Crafty. Be Crafty is a family-run company. Sam is my sister and we love bringing brand new products to Hochanda. We manufacture and design all our own ranges of stamps, inkables, MDF, lots and lots of inspiration that we love to bring and share with you.
If you tune in to Hochanda to join us, you'll see that mine and Bev's style are totally different. But what that does is it brings you lots of styles and techniques that you can include in your crafting too.
Our ranges are increasing all the time with the lovely hand-drawn images that Sam and myself are trying to bring to you, plus the fantastic new designs that we like to bring in the inkables, in the dinkables and the MDF as well. So you can use them across all different sorts of crafts and bring the best we can to Hochanda too. So make sure you don't miss the Be Crafty shows on Hochanda.
Good evening, everyone. It's your second chance tonight for a live show of the one-day special. A one-day special is a discounted price for 24 hours, but sometimes, actually all the time, we're really busy for it, and we've had an extraordinarily busy show to kick off the one-day special. Anthony Minnis is with us. Nice to see you, Anthony.
Hello, Janice.
To see you nice. You had a busy show earlier on.
We did indeed,
yes. Stock-wise, a quarter of the stock gone already on these Prima redesigned moulds, and everything will be dispatched on the 29th of August. Now, as the name suggests, redesign, upcycling, have a look around your home, maybe a box, a set of drawers, a table, maybe the headboard of your bed is looking a bit old.
Yeah.
Now it's time to redesign using these moulds from Prima. £45.97. We'll divide the cost into two payments of £22.99. So it's an excellent price point. And as you can see, you are getting a lot of designs within those moulds,
You are
aren't you?
indeed. There are 11 elements in total over the 3 moulds. Now, all the moulds are 5 by 8 inches, so they're really substantial mould. They are all food-grade silicone, so you can be using them for your cake decorating, but we always say it, if you're going to be doing that, then do get yourself a second set if you also want to, if you're also into mixed media as well. So one set for each type of craft. Now, they are, as well as being food grade, they go up to 250 degrees in the oven, so you can be using all of your hot mediums, like your resin in there, but then they'll go down to -75 in the fridge, so they are virtually indestructible, Janice.
Wow, that is amazing. And the great thing is, if you are decorating, and lots of us are baking at home at the moment, to make a cake, to use these to make your embellishments with your cake, maybe with marzipan, fondant icing.
Fondant icing.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe, I don't know if they're deep enough. You could, maybe not. You could do something with ice, I was thinking, but more for chocolate, more for fondant icing. Remember, if you are going to do that, get a separate set if you're then going to use some for crafting as well. It's a great price point, it really is. The company from America, of course, we know that we're getting quality time and time again.
Absolutely. Actually, they're 21 years old. They were founded in 1999.
Wow.
And it's a company run by women as well.
Even more,
Even
wow.
more, yeah. Yeah, so their packaging says.
Yeah, well, that is fantastic,
So,
isn't it? And it gives you a great opportunity to now take your first steps into the world of Prima, or maybe stocking up with more moulds because you've already got some, already know how wonderful they are. We've got some great finished samples just next to me here. Take this, for example, a regular jar, maybe a coffee jar or something that's been used, now turned into something quite elegant to store items into as well. I wonder what that started life as.
Good question.
Could be sugar, could be coffee, could be tea,
yeah.
could be anything really. But now that's going to stand proud on your mantelpiece. Looks absolutely gorgeous, and that's using the mould. Now the moulds will take all kinds of different
They will
mediums.
indeed. So where it comes to mixed media, you're talking your clays. So we have a clay on the show, which is Prima modelling material. That is a really good material. It's almost like going to give you like a plaster type finish. But if you have things like Hearty clay or FMM clay, then you can be using those. Then you're talking about hot glue guns. You can use hot glue guns directly in the moulds. And then there's things like resin as well. That's going to work extremely well. And, you know, then there's people who can who put in like paper mache. That's going to work. There's also another product, which is a concrete that you can put in there. So anything that's pourable, plaster of Paris, it's going to work in there for your mixed media.
Wow, I don't know why I've just thought this, but I was thinking about biscuit mix.
Biscuit mix?
Making biscuits.
Yeah, I think probably the one you might be able to do that with is not on the one day special. That's a lot deeper mould, so you might be able to.
Yeah, you could do. Lots of different ideas for you. They are food safe, but again, you can also use them with your mixed media. We get 2 separate sets for that. 773193 is your item number for your one day special. Now we do have some more moulds for you, so you might want to add some of those to your one day special. And because your one day special is divisible into 2 payments over 2 months, you can also divide the cost of your extras that you're putting into your flexi basket. Now, we've got some more moulds for you. It's 1 item number, but 4 different options. So it's 035674. They are 5 by 8 in size, but I'm sure you'll notice that each of them have got various different parts that you can use together or maybe separately. It's entirely up to you. So you've got your different options. So your first one is
Sicilian frame.
Is the Sicilian frame. That's right. How beautiful is that? And how decadent is that going to look on your projects? The next one along that we can see there is your Greco press, which is beautiful. Now that would look nice on a headboard.
It would
or
indeed.
A sideboard,
Yep.
wardrobe, doors.
So you've got the main centre element there, then you've got the 2 flourishes either side. As I was saying on the earlier show, you don't have to use the flourish in its entirety, or even the main crest itself. You know, you can cut into that. So they're a bit like dies. You know, they've got the snippability to them. So before the resin, not the resin, before the clay is actually set, then just snip those pieces off, and then you can obviously reuse the clay, and you've almost redesigned the mould.
Yeah,
so
it's a good idea.
Lots of things you can do.
Think about that with all the moulds that we've got to show you. Next one up, beautiful floral design. It's your Wilderness Rose. 40% of the stock of that one has gone. I think that's new today. So that's gorgeous. You could just use the leaves if you wanted to, separately. You've got the stalk there that you could actually use several times and make a woody grain effect.
Yes, you could do indeed. Yep. Obviously, you know, when you actually take your clay actually out of the mould, it's going to be straight, but before it's actually set, then you can actually just pose it so it hasn't got to be straight. So you can go really to town to create a nice sort of like almost a bouquet of flowers using that particular mould.
It's fantastic, isn't it? My favourite, I think, is the next one. Oh my goodness, it's the royal emblem. This really is amazing. I've got a sample here with it on. I'm just fascinated looking at this because when you see the detail that you've got here in those lions standing proud in their pride. That's why they are proud. But aren't they fantastic with all the details in there? And the medium that's been used on there to make them look like metal, to make them look like gold, is incredible.
And that is just metallic paint, and then just dry brush the gold over the top. And it really is that easy to paint these. Where it comes to mediums, just any paint that's going to work on paper or cardboard, it's going to work on the clay as well.
I think these are incredible. If you've got an old box, old suitcase, again on your wardrobes, how fantastic.
But again, you can imagine sort of like somebody's initial and the lion sort of like holding that either side.
Make a shield.
Make a shield so you can really go to town.
Yeah.
And obviously if you're doing it in things like cement or concrete, then it's definitely going to be able to go outside. And also if you're going to be using polymer resins, polymer clays or resins, then obviously that's going to go outside as well because they're waterproof.
So this could be your own royal seal of approval. £17.99 if you want to go for this. Absolutely fantastic. 035674 is your item number. You choose, you design. Right, another one for you. We've got a Moroccan emblem. Now this is beautiful. It's on the bottle just at the side here, as you can see. A wonderful sample, this gorgeous colour that's on there. But with just the bottle itself and then adding that onto the front, doesn't that look different? How gorgeous is that? And this is the ideal opportunity when you've got a mould like this, when it comes out of the mould, because it's still flexible with the clay, you can bend it around things like a bottle.
You can do indeed. If you're going to be using resin, obviously when you actually take that out, it is quite pliable to start with. Most of them are, so you've still got time to actually bend it around. But if not, you can actually heat a lot of the resin just with a heat gun, and then it'll just make it go slightly floppy, and then you can pop that around a bottle or a jar as well.
Detailing that is incredible. I think that might be
is,
my
isn't
new
it?
favourite. I've
It
only
is
moved on
beautiful.
one. I've only moved on one. That really is spectacular. You also get the grapes at the top, the vines, which look amazing on their own, but also you can use them with that Moroccan. They're more leaves than grapes, actually, but they do, yeah.
It's sort of like grapes, yeah.
Very similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's stunning. Look at the detail. Absolutely incredible. £17.99. Do pop that into your basket. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. 888 115 is your item number. Now, Italian villa. Yes, we'd all like to go there, but how about buying your Italian villa? This is lovely. Again, another wonderful design for you to use for your upcycling and your recycling. Beautiful flourish there, and the way that it swirls around, how beautiful is that? And I think, Anthony, that would look really nice at like corner
like in
designs.
corners,
Yeah.
but you'll notice, if you actually pick that up, you'll notice it's actually thicker than all of the other moulds put together.
Oh,
It is really deep, so that could be making your biscuits, Janice.
Oh, yes, like your Italian swirl biscuit. I'm
Ooh.
sure there was a biscuit called Italian swirl.
Yes, I think there was.
I think there was.
Is it-
There was a
yeah?
Venetian whirl.
Yeah, Venetian
There might have
whirl,
been an Italian swirl.
Well, there is now.
There is now. There is now. Right, if you want to get hold of this one, £23.99. It's 5x8. It is your Italian villa. Perfect. Right, we've got some images from Catherine. Oh, here's some pictures from Kathleen. Kathleen. Oh dear, she's still here. She didn't hear. She didn't hear. We're fine. We're fine. Right. So this is Catherine's pot, which is great. So that is before. Oh, look at that. That's after. Isn't that amazing?
And that is using one of the moulds from the One Day Special. So that's
Wow.
the Thornton medallion, that one is.
How good are they? Amazing.
I mean, when I
Love
first saw it,
those.
I thought it wasn't, but Catherine's actually used it the opposite way round to what I've used it. So, again, it just depends which way
Yeah.
round you actually put it. It just
Yeah.
looks completely and utterly different.
Isn't that lovely? Next up, birdhouse. Now, I inherited a birdhouse the other day from Norma down the road. She didn't want it anymore, so I says, oh, I'll have that. So I upcycled it myself, but not like this. This is Catherine's. That's amazing. I just painted mine. Oh, that is wonderful. Oh, yeah, I'll have to get some moulds
You have
on
to get
it
some
now.
moulds now, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And then we've got this, which, well, it's a bit shabby, isn't it? Needed something doing to it. Catherine won't mind me saying that, because I think she picked it up on the marketplace. And look at that. That's not the same one. Can we see that before? Has Catherine put some more doors on there? She does some extraordinary things. She's changed the knobs. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And then the,
Actually, I recognise those door handle knobs. I think they're the ones we used to sell here. Yes, it is being confirmed. They are the price drop knobs. Oh, Dave will be happy that his knobs have gone to good use. Right, back to Anthony. We've got some great demonstrations coming up, thanks to Catherine, not Kathleen, as I called her, sorry. But yes, Catherine has confirmed they were Dave's knobs. Right, Anthony,
Right.
what are you going to show us?
Okay, we're going to show you the three moulds that make up the One Day Special. So with these you can create no end of things. So whether it be your cake making or your mixed media, these are going to tick all the boxes. So there's 11 elements in total. You've got some beautiful flourishes in 2 of them, and then you've got these like borders in the other. So if you're going to be doing picture frames, then these ones are going to work really well. But maybe you want to disguise the corners, so use this one here. Let me just grab in this one, Janice, which is this one here. So this is the one I showed earlier. And as you can see, I've actually used this part of this mould to actually run around the corners. But because where you get to a corner, sometimes it's a little bit hard to disguise it, then I've basically then just used this one here just to pop there. So what I've actually done, if I just hold this up, you'll see it's just very, very slightly curved. So before the clay had actually set, I just let it dry over a pot, something like this, and then it perfectly disguises those corners. So this one actually started life. This is its little baby, which came with it when I got them in the shops. So really, really easy, nice cheap frame, but now it just looks so expensive and really easy to do as well.
It looks fantastic.
And so what we're going to be doing for this one, we're actually going to be upcycling a coffee jar. So the coffee jar in question is the one that is half sample and half demonstration.
Oh, I like
okay,
that.
so it's like I say, glass coffee jar. So what I've actually done, I've used some gesso paint. Okay, and the rust paint. Now we have two different rust paints. I'm not too sure the names. There's two different ones. So this is set 1 that has the yellow one in. Then you have another set that has, I think one is camouflage. I'm not
One's
sure what the other one's
camouflage and the
called.
other one is, I think it's bay tree or pear tree. I think, the what? Military, not pear tree. I thought camouflage and pear tree, what's the combination? The one with the yellow is the military.
Right.
And the other one is camouflage.
Right, so we're going to be using the camouflage for this one. So that's made up of 3 paints. Now, although it doesn't actually say rust paint, do you know what? I think it looks more like a stone effect. But it's entirely up to you how you envisage that. But basically what I've done, like I say, I've gessoed. Now we do have some gessos on the show. Now these are really heavy gessos, okay? So you have the white and you also have the black. I do believe they come as 1 pack. They are really good paints, nice and thick, and you will only need probably just 1 lot. So this is on to black.
You do get the white with the black.
Okay.
And there are in sets of 3.
So that's probably, obviously we are going over black there, so you're probably going to need 2 coats, but if you're just going over something, okay, you're probably going to paint over it anyway, so probably just one coat would do. But
Actually,
you get
can I
the white.
just
and
want
you
to
do the black.
confirm something.
Yeah.
Is it a pick and mix or are they in sets of 3, the paint? Ah, that's the other paint that I've been looking
That's
at. Do you
the-
know what? Oh, shut up.
That's the impasto
Yes.
paints.
Yeah,
that one
I'm
is.
just- I'm just going to shut up.
You had your eye on those, didn't you? Earlier on?
Yes, I
You
did. Yes.
So this is the gessos. Like I said, so they are well, the class is heavy gessos. It's a really nice thick paint. So I went over that, and then I basically stuck the casts on there when the cast was still wet. So let's just go to the basics first and show you actually how to use the mould. So I'm just going to place those ones over there for the moment. So we're going to bring on our mould. We're going to go for the large one in the centre here. We did these ones earlier on. So you're going to be getting clay. It's also on the show. These are 100-gram pots. You're going to be getting 4 in total.
And do you recommend them? I've got
Yeah,
them
that is
here
a
with
really
me.
good. That is a good clay.
Yes.
What you need to do is just knead it a little bit. Okay, but as I said, with all clay, sometimes it can be a little bit too sticky, sometimes it can be too dry. If it's too dry, you can spray some water on it to rejuvenate it. If you find it is too sticky, then just take it out of the mould, clean the mould up, but then just leave it in the mould again a little bit longer, just so it starts to harden. So what I tend to do is I use a little bit of corn flour. So we're just going to pop some corn flour on a brush and then just brush it into the mould.
Now, if you don't have any
Like so.
corn flour, is there something else we can
Yes,
use?
you can be using silicone gel. You can also be using something like a sunflower oil. That's going to work. Some people have even said to me they've actually used lip balm and actually popped that in there as well.
It's just to help it release,
It's
is it?
just to help it release.
Could you use, well, if it's to help it release, could you use self-raising flour
Do you know what? I don't know.
to help it self-raise out?
Well, you never know. Give it a try. I don't know what's special about corn flour, but
Probably just...
because when you're rolling out pastry, you just put normal flour on there, don't you?
Yeah.
Unless it goes a
interesting.
bit clumpy, I don't know.
Maybe,
It could be down
that's
to
the corn-
granule
yeah.
size.
If you
I'm not
guys
sure.
know at home, if you're any bakers, let us know. I do know it is finer, like caster sugar and sugar, but let us know. Email in. We'd love to hear from you. studio@hochanda.com.
So we're just going to be pushing that clay in. Now this one is quite a large cast, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But the thing is, there's no rush to do it.
Okay.
So just keep on just going in there. I'm just using my fingers at the moment. I will be using a Dresden tool. Now a Dresden tool is a cake decorating tool, but if you've got a ball tool, and as long as it's like a metal one, I'd say, with a metal handle, then you're probably going to be okay. Plastic ones are okay, but when you're tending to push things with a plastic ball tool, you might snap it. Okay, so just be wary. Right, when you've got to there, obviously we've got those bits there, but I can see there's going to be loads of clay on the top here. So we're just going to roll that over and move a little bit over there. So let's just pop that in. Now, obviously, because these are food grade, you can be using them with your fondants, but they will also work, obviously we're doing here with clay, but they're going to work with resin. Now, the great thing about Prima's moulds is they are all on one surface, okay, so they don't slope. So if you're going to be using resin, just make sure that your work surface is totally flat. So obviously, when you pour the resin in one end, it doesn't come out the other.
Right,
but what
true.
I tend to do is to pour the resin in the centre and then just wait until it goes out. And then you may just want to help push the resin into little areas of the mould, because this is like water tension. It like stops the water from moving, sort of thing. So the same sort of thing for the resin.
I wonder if you could use glossy accents in a mould.
Glossy.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there, just as a thought.
Okay,
because
well,
it dries clear, doesn't it?
It does. It would probably take a long time to actually dry for one. But yes, you could do, but like I say, plaster of Paris, that's going to work really nicely.
Plaster of Paris. What's the other thing that we used to make at school, not play with? It was plaster of Paris. What was the other one? Not papier mâché. It was white, it was liquidy, and it set. And it was like plaster... Oh, maybe it was plaster of Paris. Maybe it was plaster of Paris. No, it was... You used to make those chamois shim-shams with them. You know, the cabbie chamois. No, you know the Victorian ladies that used to sit like that. And it was, no, they were. Oh, okay. It was. I'm going to get this right. It was a kit.
Yeah.
And it was a Victorian lady, always on the side like that. It was just like an outline of a head.
Yeah.
And they were. Yeah, like a cameo. It was a kit. You used to make them at home. It was,
I think it probably was plaster of Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably was.
Again, you know, just keep quiet, Janice. I think it was plaster of Paris. I'm sure there's another name for it.
Because you used to have a little cup to go with it.
Yes, that's right.
And then you used to pour the plaster of Paris in and then pour water to a certain level and shake it and then pour it in.
That's it. You're right.
Yeah. There
That was
we go.
good fun.
So just go around the edge, and basically the reason I'm doing this is because if I leave this to set and pop it out of the mould, I'm then going to have to cut it afterwards.
Of course.
So just make sure that you can get it as clean as you possibly can. Obviously, I've used the rolling pin there, and it just makes it a lot easier to actually see the outline of that particular mould area.
And what tool are you using there?
This is a Dresden tool.
Okay.
But as I said, you could be using a ball tool, but because we have got some of these really nice silicone brushes as well, they have the brush one end, and then it's got a silicone piece the other, so you can actually, yes, that works really well, because that's actually dragging over the silicone, and it is, in actual fact, that's doing a really good job.
Now these are a set of 4. When you get them, there'll be 3, because one of them has got 2. Oh, there is a set of 3 as well.
there's a set of
these
3
have
as
got
well.
dual end.
Yeah.
So the set of 4, the details are on your screen at the moment. I don't think I've got them here. That's £12.99, and then you've got the set of 3. Now the set of 3, these are dual ended as well, which is brilliant, isn't it? So you have got your soft silicone. It's like a brush, silicone brush. Turn it the other way. You've got your hairbrush. Then you've got, what would you call that tool, Anthony? Like a comb?
It's like a comb, isn't it?
Yeah, like a comb. And then you've got your chiselled brush the other end. And then you've got your flat head. And then you've got another comb tool. These are brilliant. You can get some really cool effects using these. And of course, because they're silicone one end, you can manipulate your clay, and the other end you can paint it with. So you've got all your tools right there. And they're £13.99 for set number 1, which is 3 double-sided texture brushes.
So just quickly, I've just rolled out a little piece of clay. And obviously, yes, these will work really brilliantly with the thick paints and also on the Shade and Pesto paints. But then, yes, you can start to do texturing within the clay as well using those. So entirely up to you. There you go, you can just about see that one there. And obviously you've got the other one there, so that's a larger comb. So you can create some beautiful texture straight away and instantly within your clay. So I've, like I say, used that to actually just push back the clay on the moulds there. Now this is rather a large cast. Okay, so yes, it may be a little bit sticky. So what I would normally recommend is that you probably leave it in there about 15, 20 minutes.
Yep.
But we're just going to give that a little bit of flex, see if it will come out in one piece.
We've had a question from Gary. Thanks for emailing in, Gary. I hope you're well today. He wants to know if you can use ultra-thick embossing enamel.
Yes, you can
Thanks for
indeed.
that,
Yeah, so
Gary.
that's also known as UT. So yeah, ultra-thick embossing powder. So you need like the heated... it's like a pan.
Yeah.
You put your ultra thick embossing powder into that and then into here. Yes, that's going to work as well, because like I say, these will go up to 250 degrees. So ultra thick embossing powders and also resins, when you mix them together, they have a chemical reaction and they also produce heat as well. So yeah, that's going to work perfectly. So you can have a go at that, Gary, when you get your moulds. So we are just flexing here. And just another tip, when you are actually using ultra thick embossing powders or resin, just leave the mould in one place, because if you were to pick it up, especially with the ultra thick embossing powder, these moulds will actually retain heat for a time as well, so just leave them to completely set. So we're just flexing the mould, and then we're going to flip that over and just pop that back. There we go, that one's come out. So just pop that on there so you can see it. Okay, so this particular mould, that is part of your one-day special. Let me just get one that has been painted, if I can find it. Here we go.
And it's so surprising how lightweight they are.
It is, yeah. Now you will notice that if I place this one over the top, it's actually shorter.
Okay.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with what's actually happened there, because the clay has got water content in. When it's actually drying, the water content will obviously evaporate, so it will be smaller. So just do bear that in mind when you're going to be putting it onto anything, especially when you're going to be decorating a picture frame in its entirety all the way around. Okay, so with this particular clay, normally with Hearty clay or FMM clay, I would say put it onto a piece of kitchen cloth. I'm going to tell you to do the opposite in this instance. I'm actually going to tell you just to pop it on a dry, clean surface, and then just to get a piece of kitchen cloth, spray that with a little bit of water, okay, and then just pop that over the top. What that's going to do, that's going to increase the drying time, but it's going to slow it down, so you won't get that curl, because if it dries too quickly, then the clay will start to curl. Okay?
Perfect. What a great tip that is.
So before we can do that, obviously that's going to work fine if we're going onto a flat surface, but in this case we're going to be decorating a jar. So I haven't got a second jar with me, so I'm just going to use this tub just to show you what to do. So once this has dried for probably about half an hour, okay, then just basically lay it over the surface that you actually want to decorate, okay, like so. And then you just want some cling film, and then you're just going to wrap that round, okay, all the way around like that, and just make sure it's pretty tight. You're not squashing the cast, but you're just holding that in position, and then just get yourself an elastic band and then just pop that round. Like I said, if you did this straight away as I'm doing here, you could well mark the cast where you're actually putting the elastic band. So like I say, wait about 20 minutes to half an hour, and then that's going to hold everything in place. It is going to take a long time to dry, so you will actually have to take that off probably in about a day's time. And then you should be good to go to actually then stick it down. The type of glues you're going to need, well, in actual fact, I've wrapped this one up. So it's actually the 3D gloss gel. That is the one you're actually going to be using to stick this to your glass, to wood. But as well as that, it can also be used to stick papers together and really heavy embellishments. So it's a really, really great glue. So like I say, I've gessoed the jar, which is the glass jar. Then I have stuck this on with the 3D gloss gel. And now we're going to start to decorate. So we're going to be using one of the camouflage, which is, did we say this was the camouflage one, or was
the one
this...
with the yellow is the camouflage?
So we're using the other one.
Oh, sorry, the yellow is military. The one with the yellow is military. We're going to use military now.
Okay. So when you get these are more...
Oh, we're using camouflage.
Well, yeah, we're using camouflage, yeah. That's the one with the yellow. We're not using that one. Yeah.
Sorry, from where I'm standing, that looked a little yellow. Again,
Right.
I'm going to say it. Shut up, Janice.
So let me just
Feel
open...
free to join in at home with that.
So this is the camouflage.
Yes.
Was it? The other one was the...
Military.
Military, right.
That's it.
So let me just open all of them together. Okay, so The one with the yellow was the camouflage.
Military.
And this is the camouflage. Now we're getting really confused. So it's military and camouflage. So that is the two different sets of colours. But
Okay.
obviously they all work really nicely
Yes.
together as well. So these aren't paints. They are quite a gritty type of texture.
Okay.
Okay, so if you think they are a little bit dry and maybe you can't quite get them out, then just add a little bit of water into the pot. Now the one thing you don't want to use are your nice brushes with these, okay, because you're going to stipple with this, so you will ruin your brush.
Okay.
Okay, so it's literally just grabbing some of the colour onto there and then just dabbing that in, okay. So just keep on going and just grab quite a lot out. And again, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. You're just wanting to cover the surface. Now, although this is called a rust effect, I think it looks more like a stone effect myself.
Yeah, it is.
And it has got the feel of stone as well. There is another one on the front there that I've done, which is just a...
Is it
piece
quite
of MDF.
dry to work with? Yeah.
It is quite dry, yeah. So it obviously depends how thickly you actually want to apply it as well. Now, because the idea is actually to use all three paints like together, the very best way of actually getting them to mix is when they're still wet. So don't just think, right, that's one colour, going to wait until that dries and go into another. You're going to find it more difficult to actually mix those colours. So yes, I'm not cleaning the brush, I'm going into the other colour. It's not going to matter, okay? So we're just going to go into that one, and then you can see we're just going to go over the areas like so, and just keep on going. So these will stick to anything, but if you're unsure, like I've done here, I've just added a little bit of gesso, like I say, onto the glass. So you can really play at getting the colours like where you want, but you can see how nicely they all do blend together.
It's very satisfying what you're doing, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just keep on going. Like I say, and the great thing is there isn't a technique to this. You just basically have to stipple that colour and keep on blending. But if you want, like, there are sort of some camouflages where it's like quite a distinct colour between one and the other, then if that's the sort of look you want to go for, then go for that. But I'm just going for, like I say, more of a stone effect as well. So don't worry about cleaning your brush in between, just keep on going. And obviously I'm blending this in to the colours that I'd already got there. So just keep on going round. Now obviously, like I say, the clay itself, that is set in its entirety. Another thing what I'd say with this clay, like I say, it does shrink, and even when it has dried, it's probably about another day that it would keep on shrinking. So don't paint until like 2 days after you've actually cast them, because then what you'll actually find is around the edges of the moulds where it's shrunk, there'll be no paint, so you'll have to go back in.
Yes.
So
Good idea.
just make you aware of that. So just keep on going, just into that, and then just round. So it's almost creating, like I say, that.
And you would definitely
stone
gesso
effect.
first on the glass. You can't use that paint directly on the glass.
Well, I tried it first of all, I'll be
Did you?
honest, and it's sort of like repelled it a little bit. So just putting a little bit of gesso on, that just helped to key that in.
Like that.
So just keep on.
I
so
mean,
I'm
this
just
could be
blending
a
it in.
bottle. It could be a jam jar. It could be a coffee jar, a sugar jar, a jam jar, doors jar.
But like I say, we're using it sort of like just quite thickly, but if you've got a project where you just want maybe like a little bit of rust or a little bit of stone effect, then obviously just use it sparingly as you want as well. So don't think you have to, you know, use it as I am here, but I'm going for like a stone effect. And obviously where I'm pouncing the paintbrush, it's giving that beautiful texture to that. So let's just put a little bit more of that colour just on there. Let's just go around there. And then we're just going to add a little bit of the mica powders as well. So I'm going to leave it
Now
at
we'll bring the
that.
details in for the micro powders in. I'm just going to
So there's,
Yes, I'm just going to grab those for you.
there's 6 different mica powders in total.
Yes, 6 different ones. Beautiful colours in there as well. If you do want to get hold of them, the details on your screen now, £14.99, 508602. And those micro powders, because it's so fine, they're going to last you quite some time. You've got some great colours in there to play with. Some nice rusty patina style colours in there, alongside that pink and the white as well. And we'll be using those maybe a little later on or in the show tomorrow. 508602, we're very busy for this earlier on, so if you do want to get hold of them, place them in your basket.
Right, so that is going to take a couple of hours to dry. Okay, but what we're hopefully going to do is go around the other side, the side that's actually dry. Okay, so we're going to use the mica powders. We're going to use a little bit of the gold, okay, on this one. Now, as I was saying earlier, this is a, let me just take that cast off, so that's obviously going to get in the way. I'm just going to pop that down flat just there. Right, so this glue can also be used to make a paint out of the mica powders, and that's what we're going to do in this instance. So we're just going to add a little bit of that to our glass mat. Let's just pop the lid back on, and then we're just going to tap a little bit of the gold onto there. And do you know what? I think we'll mix a little bit of the brown in there as well, so it's not too prominent.
These colours are absolutely fantastic. I love these. And what's
They are
nice,
beautiful.
do you know what's nice about them, Anthony, as well? Because I've got some brush show powders, and I love using them. But I have to look on the lid or on the side to see what colour they are before I use them.
Right.
These, oh, dare I, are clear. So you can see exactly what colour it is when you go to pick it up. So there's no faffing around. You know that that's pink, you know that that is lovely pearlescent, you know that that's green, you know that's brown, and then you've got the gold as well. So it's absolutely perfect for having those, and the blue, absolutely perfect for having those on your crafty shelf. Love these, absolutely love them. $14.99. Absolute bargain, they really are.
These are beautiful metallics, they really, really are. And obviously, you know, you've got a plethora of colours there because you can mix all those colours together. So maybe you want a pink, so obviously go for the red and the white. Okay, so I've actually just mixed 2 colours there, which is the gold and sort of like the bronze colour, and it's given this nice colouring there. Let's just go on to a piece of white. Okay, so that's the sort of colour we've actually created. Okay, on there, let me just hold that like so. You see that's got a really, really nice shine to that as well. Okay, so we're just going to use that. We're going to use the dry brush technique. So we're just going to take a little bit of the colour actually off our brush. Okay, so we don't want to overload it. And even though there is a really small amount of that 3D gloss gel, it does go an awful long way. So I'm just going to just lightly just brush that on. So it's just gonna highlight a little bit of that. And like I say, this is the dry side of that as well. So just to accentuate that mould a little bit. There we go. Just picking
that could
up
be
on
an
it.
old rusty relic that you've just
It could.
dug up from the ground.
So, you know, maybe you actually do make props for like your school plays.
Yeah,
And
that
maybe
would
you
be
or your
fabulous.
amateur dramatics, and
Yes.
you know, this is a really, really good product
For your
to be
Facebook
going
Lives.
for your Facebook lives.
Yeah, you could make your house sort of like all oldie worldy. Take you back to yesteryear.
When the dinosaurs roamed, yeah, it's
Imagine the Facebook status then.
So we are just literally just brushing over lightly. Okay, so it's, like I say, just to accentuate the highest points of the cast. Okay, so just don't go on all at once, just keep on going over and building up that colour. You know, dry brush technique, when you say that to some people, it scares them, but it is just hardly having any paint actually on your brush, and it's just lightly just brushing that over, like I say, just to bring out a little bit more of that detail, just to add a little bit of sparkle as well.
That looks great.
So just keep on
And
going.
achievable, everyone. So
That-
achievable.
That is it. So it's probably going to be, we probably need to wait until that's dry. Let's see if I can get that Let's have a look.
Yeah,
You can see,
that.
it has accentuated it.
Definitely,
There
definitely.
we go, just
And with
there.
some flowers in that, or your pencils, your pens, your knitting needles, whatever you want to put in there, I think that's going to look
So
absolutely
just going to go a little bit round the actual outside as well. Because this part is totally dry, I can go a little bit harder. And obviously that's just now going to pick up on the highlights of the actual texture paint as well. Like I say, just to add a little bit of sparkle to that as well. Okay, just a little bit on the top. And this paint does go a long way once it's mixed up. Okay, so just keep on going. And maybe you want to accentuate some of the low lights, so go for possibly a darker, maybe just the brown on its own. But you can just keep on playing with that, just to keep on adding that texture. We're just going to finish this one off. I'm not going to actually wrap the string around this because obviously it's still wet around the back. We're just going to pop the lid on at the moment. But we also have a really, really nice piece of what they call mechanicals. Okay. These are available on the show, I do believe.
Yes, we're going to bring the details
And
on the screen
as
right
well
now.
as the two, they're like sort of like little clocks, little lockets.
Pocket watches,
Yeah.
clocks,
Yeah.
flasks with a hole in.
Yeah. And then you're also going to be getting, I've used some of these ones, you're also going to be getting these, which are absolutely amazing as well. These are
Ooh.
metal embellishments.
Wow.
So there's like cogs or sundial type things. Really, really nice embellishments there. And they're really nice and heavy as well.
Yeah, I'm just getting one or two out here actually.
Now
just
the
to-
idea is,
There's
I'm going to show
document.
on the larger one, you just need yourself a Phillips screwdriver, okay, because it has got two little screws just at the back here. Okay, so you can just undo those, really nice and easy. Obviously don't go and lose the screws. And then what I did was I just used the back part of it, and it has actually got a really nice texture on there in itself. So maybe you want to use that like on its own in another part of the project. But the idea is that you actually put a picture or something inside there and then pop it back in there. You will have to just cut out two of the corners, obviously where the screws go back in. So just bear that in mind when you place the things back in there, and then just simply screw them up on the back, and then you're good to add that to your project. So maybe it's a photograph of a loved one, maybe it's a pet, maybe, I think on this one, what I've actually done, what I've actually put inside is one of the little cogs from the other set. Okay, so I've just placed that in there. There you go, it's actually in there. It will spin around, I do believe. Yep, there we go, you can spin around in there. And then once this is dry, I've just plaited some string, and then we'll just pop that around there. But like I say, because that's wet at the moment, then we can do that in the morning when it's dry.
Perfect. I was just having a look at them actually, and I got them out and I thought I'd put them all back in properly, and I didn't do a very good job. But these are amazing. They're so authentic. I absolutely love them. They're a great price as well. I'm just going to open this up because they look a mess like that, and I don't want you to see them like that.
With some of those, you actually get two of the same design in
Yeah,
there
you
as
do.
well.
I mean, look at those. These are
They're really
proper
substantial,
metal.
aren't they?
They're
really,
amazing.
really
They've
nice
already got that
embellishment.
rusty effect on there as well. Imagine those together on your projects. These are brilliant. Love these.
So I've actually used it on the big canvas here on the front.
Yeah.
And we've actually put a little picture of a little girl just on there. So, and then just added some of the glass beads. We've also got glass beads on the show as well. Tiny little glass beads. They make brilliant texture. So you'll notice just around there as well, there's glass beads. They're held in place using that 3D gloss gel as well. So all of the products really, really work nicely together. And even that, and that is alone, this embellishment here is actually quite heavy.
Yes.
That's actually been stuck just using that 3D gloss gel. So we've used no silicone glues. It is just purely the 3D gloss gel. That is an absolute must-have. If you're buying the moulds and you're wanting to stick on any of the casts onto any material, whether it be glass, whether it be metal, plastic or wood, this is your go-to glue.
Perfect. Yes, pop that into your basket. Right, let's have a look at the star of the show. Let's have a look at your one-day special, because 30% of the stock has now gone. You are enjoying these and enjoying the demonstrations as well, clearly. Right, Prima redesign. Redesign why? Well, redesign because you're upcycling your homes. And you might be taking a look at a table or a set of drawers thinking, I wish I had a new set. You don't need a new set. You don't need a new set. All you have to do is buy this set and start making and creating and embellishing. Now, these are available on FlexiBuy, saving £8, 2 payments of £22.99. And these are going to be dispatched to you on the 25th of August. Some beautiful samples at the side of me, just here. I don't know what happened there, little windy pops. You can see how I'm being honest, how effective they are. And this is just clay. And it looks like metal, but imagine how much that would cost if it actually was a metal embellishment. It would cost quite a bit. Let me grab this other book just here and pick this up very, very carefully. Oh, this is beautiful. Now, this looks like a vintage design, perhaps been around in the family as an heirloom for years and years and years, but it's not. It's a photo album. It's been embellished, and look how beautiful that is. Maybe you've got a picture of your grandma. Maybe you've got pictures of your family trees. Something like this would be absolutely perfect. Isn't that gorgeous? It really, really is. And then that is a book inside, and you turn the pages. So think of it beyond furniture and embellish your books, your memory books, for example, your picture frames, maybe your mirrors. Maybe you've got a mirror in your home at the moment.
We've got that memory book on the show as well.
Oh, we've got this memory book on the show.
It's a really great one. When you actually put it sideways, you'll see that you can actually add a lot of embellishments on your first page.
Yes.
And then all the other pages, they actually open both ways. So the first part opens one way. So you've got, I think it's 8 pages in total.
Yes.
They are hardboard, so you can really put some your thick paints on there. So your impasto paints that are on the show, you can throw anything at it. Then when you get halfway, the book then opens the other way, and you've got another 4 pages, obviously both double-sided. So it's a really nice book. It's a nice, really beautiful memory book there. And like I say, you can really go to town with your decoration on that, but you can still pop it onto a bookshelf.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not until you actually open it that's when you can see all the beautiful 3D embellishments inside. So it's really great.
Isn't it?
Really beautiful.
If you do want to go for that memory book, £15.99. Of course, the embellishments have been placed on there by Anthony and can be placed on there by you if you go for the moulds that we've got for you on the show. 691840 is your item number, £15.99. That is a great addition. Right, Anthony, we've got about 10 minutes left of the show. What are we going to have a look at?
What are we going to have a look at? We're going to have a look at... Let's have a look. Should we have a look at the impasto paints?
Yes, please.
Now, admittedly, I'll be honest with you, I haven't actually had time to play with these. Okay. But...
Now, shall we... We've got the paints at the end of the counter, and we can go and have a look. The best place to find them would be the website, so you can head to the website and have a look at all the different items that are on the show. And then you can pop them into your basket. They come in, do they come in sets of 3? They come in sets of 3, so we're going to have a look at these now. I've got my cheeky little eye on these, I really have. It's one item number, but you've got choices. You've got choices. Right. So let's have a look at these. The first one, I mean, the colours in here are absolutely gorgeous. You've got your black, your green and your purple, as you can see there. So if you want to go for those 3 together, I think they work really well, which are really nice. Now, these are quite... Just give this as... Can I give this... Has it got a cap on it? I bet it has. Yes, so I'm not going to take that off, but just take that off. Pop the lid back on and then squeeze away to your heart's content. You don't need a lot of this when you're using it, but those 3 colours, if you want to go for that, perfect. Love that. You can mix them up as well. £19.99, and that's 374408. Your next choice, you can see here, we've got your lighter purple. It's like a blush colour, isn't it? And then you've got your 2 sets of green. Like those, very earthy colours. £19.99 if you want to go for those 3. And then you've got your pink, your linen and your mink, which are here, which are nice pastel colours for you. £19.99. So you decide, you choose. If it was me, which 3 would I go for? I think I'd go for the first one. I go for the first one. You can never have too much black. I love the green colour. I like the green colour shade on there, and I do like that purple. I think those three colours work really well, make an impact. But it's up to you. You decide. 1999 374 408. Right, heading back to Anthony now.
So we're actually going to use them just to show how different they are from normal acrylic paints. You can still use them as normal acrylic paints. You just need to spray some water with them as well. They are water-based, but when they actually dry, they will become permanent. Okay, look, as I was saying, they are thick enough to go through a stencil as well. So here's just a stencil from a previous show that I've done for Prima. So, well, actually, in fact, I'm using near enough the same colours as you chose down there because they are nice.
Yes, see?
They are.
Great minds think alike.
So I'm just popping those straight on to there. And you can see already, unlike a lot of acrylic paints, they'll just like sink. But with these, you can just go right through with your stencils. And they are beautiful, almost like a texture paste in themselves. So I'm just going to quickly just wipe the palette knife on this side, and I'm just going to go in with the green. So we're going to blend those two colours together. Okay, just like so. And then we'll take that off.
Purple and green is a nice combination because it
They
reminds me
are.
of flowers and grass.
Yes.
Nature.
Yeah, so like lavender and lavender fields, that sort of thing as well.
Yeah. Lavender fields of Norfolk.
Yeah. Where I come from, we actually have lavender fields, which is, I'll say with towns, Hitchin, which is in Hertfordshire. And one year they had the lavender fields, and then next to it they had the sunflower fields, and it was an absolutely amazing, amazing
lovely.
picture. So let's just peel that off, and you can see,
Yeah,
you know,
that
it
looks
does,
great.
and it does work really, really nicely. So as well as being used for that, then we're going to use those same two colours again. Okay, so let's just pop those side by side so you can see they are really thick bodied. Like I say, if you want to use them just as a normal paint, I'll just show you that just quickly, just in the corner just there, then just add a little bit of water to them, and then you can just brush away with those really, really nicely. Okay, let's just go for the larger brush there. That's gonna a nice wash effect. It's going to do that. Then these ones here, using the let's go for this one here. So it's got the silicone on the other end, so you can literally, and I'm purposely doing this just to create texture. I don't know if there we go. You can see the texture.
Love that.
But then if you want to go literally with the brushes themselves, then you're going to be able to do that sort of thing. So let's just flatten that one off, and we're just going to go over here, just blend those two colours in. And again, it's just about having fun. Let's just go for another one of the brushes.
Or paper. After you've done that technique and you press the paper down, you'll get a print off that as well.
Yes, you could do that.
Have you ever tried the balloon technique, Anthony?
No.
Oh
What's
my
that?
goodness! Right, when you get these paints home, get 3 colours, blob, blob, blob.
Yeah.
And then you get a balloon, you half blow the balloon up so it's small,
Right.
you know, just sort of like hand size. And then you get the balloon, you just literally go splash, bap, 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 bap. And every time the balloon hits the paper, it'll pick up some of the paint, but it'll leave some as well. And then it'll take it to the next area and the next. I do it a lot. It is so easy to do. You can create a whole canvas in like 30 seconds.
Wow.
Or a frame for a mirror. I've done that as well. 30 seconds. Do, 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 do. Done. I did a
And the
Facebook
great thing
Live
is,
on it.
because it's so random as well,
Yeah, it
yeah.
looks great.
Yeah.
Give it a go at home. Give it a go.
But obviously, when the paints are this thick, you know, I've just created a little bit of texture there, a little bit of blending. That is going to take quite a time to actually dry. But obviously, that texture, that dimension, that is going to stay. Okay.
Do you know what I like what you've done there with the brush? You see the green where you've drifted it up?
Just drifted up,
Then
and it
look
just
like,
goes into
it looks
nothing.
like grass.
It does, doesn't it?
Doesn't that look
Yeah.
lovely? What a great
So,
idea.
you know, maybe you could extend that.
But I'm also seeing in that what you've designed there,
Where we
I'm seeing a
go?
man of war, the ship.
A man of war.
Isn't it amazing? Can you see? Can you see that at home, like a ship with the sails coming up, and then obviously the sun?
Oh, yes, I
You've
can.
created
There
art
we
just
go.
like that. Amazing. Abstract art with Anthony Mimmins.
And then obviously, you know, you've got the other brush here. Let me just grab this one. So we were saying about lavender, weren't we,
Yes.
earlier? So maybe just dab that in there, and then maybe if there was a green part there, then just literally, you know, just like the top of lavender,
yeah.
and obviously just drag some of that green possibly up there.
That's
But
it.
again, it is just it's just creating, maybe not a mess like I'm making, but you know, it's just about experimenting and having the time to just have a play. But like I say, if you love texture, these are definitely the paints to go for, because they are going to stay exactly as you leave them. They're probably going to take possibly an hour, 2 hours to dry, but in this sort of heat, probably less time than that. But they will work nice with stencils. They blend beautifully. But like I say, if you want to use them as a normal acrylic paint, then just spray a little bit of water on there as well. When they're in that state, I know my son loves art as well. Hayden loves to do art. When they're in this state as well, sprinkle a little bit of glitter on there as well, and that's going to then make it sparkle as well.
Lovely.
So just have fun when you get these.
Oh, you're going to have a lot of fun. I just want to start playing now. It's amazing. Thank you very much, Anthony. What
Pleasure.
a great, inspiring show. Very inspirational. Lots of demos, lots of hints, lots of tips, lots of thoughts, and lots of ideas for when you get your moulds and your mediums home. Do go and check out those paints. Right, your one-day special. Well, we launch it every day here on Hochanda at 6 p.m. and it's supposed to last 24 hours. Stock depending, of course. But it's discounted for those 24 hours, which means at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, that price is going back up by £8. So it's your choice, you decide. The set of 3 right here, 2 payments of £22.99. 773193 is your item number. If you've never used clay before, we've got various different clays available for you on the show. Different mediums. Maybe you've got a glue gun at home. Maybe you could start off with that. Use your glue gun first of all whilst you wait for your clay and your decision on buying that. But get these into your basket and check on out. If you are putting anything else into your basket, of course, you've opened up a flexi buy, which means you can add other items and then other items will be divisible by 2. Now, Anthony, you're back at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning?
8 a.m. indeed.
Lovely. We'll have a good night's rest.
Will do.
And I'd like to say I'll see you tomorrow morning, but it's the other shift, so they'll see you. But they'll take care of you, as always. So we look forward tomorrow. We look forward to all the demonstrations, Anthony, and great inspiration from your good self.
Super, thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you very much. Right, we've got more coming up for you because we are live now all the way through until 10 o'clock every night here on Freeview. So stay where you are. We're coming back after the break. Right, JMC Designs is up next with our Emma Blake. Prima One Day, oh, my voice is going now. Prima One Day Special is after that. We'll be heading to the night with Pink Frog Crafts. Maybe I kissed the frog.
Now, it's really good to have your company and to let you know that there have been a few little changes here at Hochanda. For a short while, we weren't able to ship over to America, so that meant that you were missing out on all of those wonderful goodies that we're able to bring to you here at Hochanda. Well, good news, we have resumed those orders coming to you overseas. COVID-19 meant that we couldn't fly them out to you, but of course that has changed. But something I do need to let you know is that sadly we've had to increase that post and packing per item. So it's gone up to $12.95, unfortunately. But good news, Freedom membership has remained the same at $19.99. What that means is you can place an order as often as you like during that calendar month. You could even place an order every single day, and there's no minimum and no maximum to those orders either. So it gives you the opportunity to take advantage of all those fabulous deals, those wonderful opportunities that we bring you here at Hochanda, now shipping again to you out in America. So take advantage of that. Make sure you become a Freedom member though. Take advantage of that saving.
Hello there. I'm absolutely delighted to tell you that we're going to continue with our craft along, starting with the wonderful Leslie Wharton on the 16th of August at 2 p.m. with a gorgeous kit. Now, you don't want to miss out on this one. Let me go through all of the details because this is enormous. It really, really is. Now, I have got a whole list in. You're actually going to get a checklist in your bundle as well. So when you do order, you can check everything's there, and anything else extra, Leslie will let you know about as well. Now, I can tell you that looking at this straight away, if you take those stamps alone, they are valued at just under £48, but we're getting so much more. Now, there is so much that I'm going to have to read this list, so I'm just going to put my glasses on. This is what you're going to get included. You're going to get a Sow the Seeds A5 stamp set. You're going to get Mother of the Earth A5 stamp set. You're going to get Modern Textures DL stamp set, an A4 cling sheet, a DL cling sheet. You're getting A4 sheet masking tissue, a bisque plaque, you're getting a wooden plaque, you're getting a double photo box frame, Deco Art clear varnish, you're getting a Glazer White fine detail embossing powder, a mini Versa marking pad, also 2 foil sheets, still going, 1 double-sided adhesive sheet, 4 MDF letters for the word love, 4 MDF letters for the word home, 5 A6 drawing cartridge pieces, 5 300 GSM A6 white card pieces, 4 papers, 2 which will be dictionary and 2 will be book papers. You're going to get a tub of walnut crystals and some tacky PVA glue as well. That is absolutely incredible. Now we do have Leslie in the studio as well. I think we're going to speak to Leslie right now. Leslie, what a great bundle.
Yeah, when you think the price of this is like £57.90, you take the price of the stamps up for just, I think, just under £10, you're getting everything else.
Absolutely
and
incredible.
David's going to join me.
He is, yes. Leslie's husband David will be crafting along with Leslie, and you have a little bit of a choice of what you can create as well here. Don't forget you're getting a bisque plaque in there, getting a wooden plaque, those different letters there as well. We're seeing samples here, but you can choose your colours, so depending on the colours, then of course the difference will be there, and it will make it very personal to you. There you can see that double-sided frame as well. If I was to spin that around, you would see that it is a double-sided frame. I'm just going to quickly do that actually, because I know I can reach that without knocking everything over. There we are. Isn't that fantastic? We're really looking forward to this. I'm sure you are too. Get your Craft Along bundle now, 25 saving. That's the pounds, of course. £57.90, 490819. All the details on the website. Don't miss out on yours. We are so looking forward to the 16th of August. Remember, it starts at 2 o'clock. Be there and join in with Leslie and David.
Hello, I'm Hayley, and you might have seen me presenting here at Hochanda. Well, I've always been an avid crafter behind the scenes and have been given the opportunity to share some of my favourite products with you in a monthly show called Handmade by Hayley. So I hope you'll join me, let me inspire you, and maybe you will discover a new craft in the process.
Everyone, yes, it's me for another hour. I know, I've gone a bit crazy tonight, I don't know why. I fell down the stairs yesterday, that's what I'm blaming it on. Yeah, well, I landed on my feet, but it hurt.
Well, yeah.
Yes, I kind of missed like 2, 3, well, about 4 steps, and I kind of just went like that and then just went... I think it took shockwaves all the way through.
It's got to be the heat.
And it's just reached...
That's the second person that fell down the stairs yesterday.
Did you?
No, I didn't fall downstairs.
Oh.
No, but somebody else has said they fell down the stairs.
Really?
I think it must be the heat.
The person I'm talking to is Emma, of course. Emma Blake, everyone.
There's gossip.
How are you, Emma?
I'm all right.
Good, good, good.
Yes.
Lovely to see you. We've had a show already tonight.
Yes.
With the lovely JMC at 5 o'clock
what time
tonight.
it
But
was.
can we
5
talk about JMC? Because you are very passionate about the brand because you're friends with
Yes,
you.
but me and Julie are friends. We basically met through one of the DT called Denise, and she asked us to come and do some DT work with her, and then through the whole lockdown and things like that, she couldn't get from Scotland, because I mean she lives really, really north. You couldn't get any more north if you tried.
Inverness, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
And so she asked me to come along, and I love it. It's just, it works with so many other things. It's really cute and quirky. It can be for children, it can be for grown-ups, in journaling, art journaling.
Yeah, that is
That's
absolutely, yeah, it really is. We've got a complete collection for you, and we've got individuals as well. So what I'll do, Emma, is I'll take everybody through what we've got available, and then we've got some great demonstrations coming up. Let's start right here. Can you believe this? £10.99. You're getting the paper packs here. You're getting 20 in total. There are 4 designs and 5 of each, and there are 160 GSM. And the colours and the drawings on these, oh my word, love them. I've got some in my hand here to show you. I love what Julia's done here with the colours. It looks 3D, doesn't it? You know, when you look at that and you just want to start putting things in there, stamping and adding items. This could be a page in your journal or your diary. It is one-sided, so that's perfect, no decisions to make. That one I love, so you've got those industrial style windmills, which look fabulous. There could be anything, actually. Flowers, if you want. Those are the bees. Mechanical bees with the cogs in the background, and you've got those fabulous flowers as well, like that. And that, well, it could be any way, really. It's not Could be that way. There could be flowers. You could turn it up that way. There could be lights. It could be anything you like. So those are the papers, but then you're also getting some word ephemera as well. Now, what's lovely about this is that you can add this to your diaries. You can add it to your planners. You can add it to your journals and your artworks, which is great. It's not an eye test, everyone. This is the collection of words that you're getting. But if you want to test your eyes on these, you can. My world, art, destination, journey, adventure, believe, just for you, genius. Yes, maybe somebody has taken Catherine and put somewhere, and this is the letter that we've received. My world, art, destination, journey, adventure. What's it trying to tell us? We've not put them in any particular order, and Catherine is fine, by the way. We've not locked her away anywhere. My world, happy, believe, imagine, dream big, artistry, fly free, adventure, believe the impossible. There you go. So you get lots of those. They're all pre-cut for you, and you get 65 pieces, and they might slightly vary. £10.99. That's a great deal. Can I show you a couple of samples whilst we're here to give you some inspiration? Just a couple. We've got this fabulous book here. Look at this. So you can use your papers, cut out the images. We're getting to that in a moment's time. And then you can start building up the different areas within that book. Perfect. Now, I did say we were getting to here, and that's where we're going next. We've got some stamps available for you on the show. Now, same item number, 2 choices. The first one, just here, these are fun, they're funky, they can be used across all age groups. You could be making a card for your daughter or making a card for your dad. 17.98, we've got Wilma Watts, and half the stock has gone of Wilma Watts. Wilma Watts comes with micro chirp. Isn't that good? Micro chirp. I think that's fabulous. And you also get some little sentiments as well. But she really does look fabulous if you want to. There you go. Colour her in. And use her with some of the papers, and use her with some of this that's coming up in a moment's time. That's also in the complete collection. Yeah. So that's your first set of stamps, 505067. The next one is Clara Cog. It's a good job I've had my dinner tonight, because that's hard to say. I wouldn't like to present this show first thing in the morning. No. That's all I'll say. Clara Clog. Electric Fields as well comes with that particular collection. 505067. Now, the stencils. Remember, I showed you a sample, and there was some light bulbs on there. Well, you're going to have a light bulb moment, because I've got some stencils for you now. Love these. These are made by Be Crafty.
Yes.
And Bev's dad makes these, Bev's and Sam's dad, and we all know that they are excellent quality. So you can use these with your texture paste if you want to. Use them with your inks. They look fantastic, and you can start to build them up. In a demonstration earlier on, Emma took that one and went down to that one and used them together, which was brilliant. It really is. I love this one. And I like the lights as well. They all look absolutely spectacular, and all of them for £24.95. They're 5 in total, and they're 6 by 6 inches, 163461. However, how about going for the whole lot we've just seen? Let's do it, and let's give you a bit of discount as well, and let's give you flexi buy. This is an amazing deal. 949044, £61.90. Let's divide that cost into 2. We're saving £10. There you go. £30.95. I shimmer over here. Oh, Christine, look at that. That is proper camera work, that is. Proper camera work. So you're getting the whole lot. That is an amazing deal, it really is. Fortunately, I'm not included. Or fortunately, £30.95, your first payment, and another payment in a month's time. So that is your complete collection. Right, there it is, 949044, available on FlexiBuy. We've got some more for you on the show, and if you now want to add anything else to that FlexiBuy, you'll be able to divide a cost of those into 2 as